the evicted kid. That was wicked. Let's go have a conversation with him. And yes, guys, I will ask about Erica. Kiddwaya.
What's up, bro?
What's up, G?
How you doing, man?
How are you?
I'm great, man. Thank you. How are you?
I feel rich. I feel rich. I feel good.
I know the feeling. How you been, man?
Man.
Pleasure.
Can't complain, man.
Pleasure.
In the Big Brother house, you're out.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to hit the gym?
I haven't, man. I've literally been doing media stuff back to back.
Oh, okay.
I haven't really slept either. So, but I think once I'm done this week, straight back to Abuja to just reset my whole life, man. So yeah.
Well, welcome to the life of the rich and famous. You're already rich, but now you're famous.
Thank you very much, man.
I think we'll drink to that.
Amen. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. You guys all right?
I've always wanted to say that name, like just Kiddwaya.
Oh,
I feel like Big Brother enjoyed saying that himself.
Yeah, he always had a way of saying my name. You know what I mean? But I felt like he had that way with a lot of people. Like he had this kind of voice that he drags out your name.
Like it feels like
V. You know?
Nah, but yours feels like, you know, it's a hot day and you just drank iced tea and you know that. Why? Like it just really feels like that.
I do miss his voice actually, man.
You do miss his voice?
Yeah, I was used to it. Man. I feel like sometimes I'll be here and you hear it in one loudspeaker somewhere, you know? It was a good experience, that.
So you might be getting PTSD.
Who, me?
Yeah, you might be in the club just doing your dance and then you just hear stop.
Or freeze.
Freeze.
Nah, I'm past that now, man. I think I'm glad to be out, to be honest with you.
That's good.
Very glad to be out.
Okay, so let's talk about going in, right?
Sure.
So many times you said, you're not there for the money.
Yeah.
You're just there to network, make friends.
Mm-hmm.
So why do it? Why Big Brother? Like you had a bunch of, you have a bunch of famous friends already.
Yeah.
You have already a vast network. So why Big Brother?
Because it's also about finding talent as well. So going there, I knew I was going to find talent for sure, because that's pretty much what it is. It's about discovering your talent. And there was many talents that have been discovered. And I also thought it would be good for me as well to get onto that platform to let people know what I do. So I thought all in all, it benefits me, it benefits the people who I'm going to try and help. And also it benefits the show because of the kind of person in me they're getting. So I feel like everyone's a winner. So I decided that, you know what, go try it. Have your fun, do your thing, and then just see what happens. That was just the plan. Just go there, have fun, see what happens, catch your cruise. Which, by the way, we caught our goddamn cruise.
I mean, definitely,
you know what I mean?
you were just relaxed, and the fact that you weren't really about the money, do you feel like it helped you handle pressure because you were just unbothered?
Of course, man. I think all the other housemates, their mind was on the money because they came up in conversation all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was like, look, if you always think about the money, it's going to change who you are and it's going to change your game. The money, no matter what, money will come. That's how I feel. I feel like when you reach a certain point and you're really working hard, the money will come. What you don't want to do is to make yourself look too money hungry, because when people see that, they kind of get scared of you and don't want to work with you because it means you can throw someone under the bus for money or sell someone for money. So I think a lot of the housemates focused on that, and I understand because some people are from different backgrounds and the money is life-changing, of course. But I try to educate them that for you guys, money will come. Just focus on your craft and focus on the process of where you're going. So I'm hoping when they do come out, that they'll realize that it's about how hard they work, and don't let figures and numbers really deviate you from your righteous path. So that's what it is.
That conversation reminds me of how everybody thinks America, the UK is made up of the roads are paved with gold and silver, and people who have gone there go, it's really not all that. You're fine in Nigeria, you don't have to travel abroad, but they go, I want to see it for myself. I want to go make that money myself, and then, then let me talk like you.
Right.
Because have people spoken to you like that before? You're only saying these things because you're from a privileged background.
Of course. I can only speak from my experience. That's why I've never put myself in the shoes of someone that's less privileged. And I've never told them how to really feel, because I don't know how you feel. So I've never told you this is how you should feel, because it was wrong for me to do that. I don't know your feelings. I can only speak from my point of view. So when I say to you, the money will come, trust your process, that's coming from my point of view. So when people have their own opinions, that's coming from their point of view. Because I've said what I said, and what I've said has been the truth, and has always been my opinion and my perspective and my truth. So if you want to twist that, there's nothing I can do. I've said my point.
Oh, yeah.
So you media guys to them, and then whoever wants to twist it, you know, that's their right. But if you ask me a direct question, I'll give a direct answer from the way I see it. You know, so that's what it is.
Okay. Now, speaking of your perspective, right? We saw what we saw in the house, and the whole time you were there.
Yeah.
Tell us about your perspective. Looking back at your experience, what can you tell us about everything?
You mean me in general, or just
while being in the house, how would you describe your experience? You know, your whole adventure in the house. How would you describe it?
Oh man, the experience was crazy. I mean, for a lot of the time, I even forgot the camera was there. So I was just being myself, breaking all sorts of rules. You know what I mean? Just can I swear here? I can't swear, right?
Who censored that?
All right, I was just, and so you know what I mean? So like, it was just crazy. But my experience was amazing, man. I met a bunch of great people. The task was amazing also. I mean, it's not every day you get to wake up and do a fun task and have the chance to win money. I was super, super grateful for that. You know, we all know how tough Nigeria is, how tough Africa is. In fact, how tough the world is in general. So for you to wake up and get a chance to win 200K, 500K, even 100K, it doesn't matter what it is, to get a chance to wake up and do a fun, don't forget, it's a fun task.
It's a fun task.
It's nothing difficult, it's something fun that is supposed to make you smile. So to do that and to win sort of money and merch, it really was a blessing. So I feel like we were extremely, extremely lucky bunch of group, especially given the conditions we did it in. And I always say during this COVID period, I feel like we were handed a lucky dip and all 20 of us were picked. Because where a lot of people had to close down their businesses, got fired from work, didn't have any income, we were picked by the hands of luck to be put into a house where people are still in lockdown, and by the time you come out, your life has changed in a good way if you use it well. So I always say we were picked and we were very lucky. So I always feel very blessed, and I try to enjoy every moment of it. Though I got bored towards the end. I got bored.
Did you?
I got bored.
What would you say? What if you had to pinpoint the point in time you got bored? What week would you say?
Week 7.
Week 7.
Week 7.
I wonder why.
Weeks. No, it wasn't. Obviously, because Erica leaving, that definitely added to my boredom. But I'm honest with you. I'll tell you the truth, man. But I was bored. It was starting to creep in anyway, because I missed the gym. Half my mind was already on the outside world. Like, you know, time to get business done. We got to, you know, this is the most important part. Like, yeah, we're in here, we're having our fun, we're protected. But when you go outside, that's real life. Do you understand? So if half my mind was already on the outside, like I really wanted to get going. So during the 6th week, towards the end, it started to grow on me more and more and more. It solidified in the 7th week. And don't forget, Erica left on the Sunday. Do you understand? So it solidified for me on the 7th week beginning. And I realized that, yeah, I'm actually getting bored. So when it came the 8th week, that's why I always say I look forward to Sundays. I look forward to Sundays because I get to learn something about first of all, how you're doing in the house, how people perceive you, because I feel like if you're still there, then some people will like you. Do you understand? And then obviously the questions Ebuka asks. So that's why I look forward to Sundays. You know, but I'm not trying to take nothing away from the whole process in the house. It was great, but I feel like for me, it was dragging on. If you ask some of the other housemates, they can probably say, add another 4 weeks, they'll love it. Yeah. But for me, it was my time to leave when I left. I think it was perfect.
All right. Now you said you look forward to Sundays because you get to learn a lot, right? Now you're outside. It's been 2 days since you've been evicted. I'm sure you've learned quite a bit.
A hell of a lot, yeah.
A hell of a lot. So has your perspective on some of the housemates changed in the time that you've been out? Because while you were in there, you were talking about you want to help everybody, you want them to win. Now, knowing the things you know now about certain people, all of them, has your perspective on some of them changed?
It's changed a tiny bit, but like I said, I never mix business and personal stuff together. So for me, I still want to help those individuals that I said I was going to help, because for me that's business. And I feel like once those individuals are outside and we have a conversation, I'm pretty sure everything will be back to normal, because they'll realize that this is the outside world. I mean, we've got a thing, what we say, whatever happens in the house stays in the house. So when these guys come out and these girls come out, we sit down, we talk. I'm very, very certain that we will have a common understanding and a common goal, and everything will be cordial going forward. It'll be cool, you know. So really and truly, I'm just kind of waiting for them to come out. You know, we sit down. You know, sometimes the media has a way of twisting some things that I say or some things that people say.
Yeah.
So I want to make it very clear that, again, I have no issues with anybody in the house. I always wish them well, and I still want to work with the ones I said I was going to work with, and I don't mix business and personal stuff together.
All right. So to be clear, right, you're not going to hold anybody accountable for anything that happened inside the house when they come outside.
In respect to business, when we're getting business done,
But
no.
personal, has that so your personal opinions on them, has what you know now affected the way you think about them?
No,
when
of
it
course.
comes
I
to
think
personal side of things?
naturally now, because I'm a very giving person. I'm the sort of guy that gives, and my team have to remind me, kid, chill. Look at it from this angle. You know, not everyone may be your friend, and I like to make friends. So I think now I definitely feel a different way about people, but I still respect them, and I can still sit down and eat with you and drink with you and go to the club with you. Of course, in the house, you know, I loved everyone. Like, it was amazing. Of course, now that sort of diminished a bit, but I still respect you, and I still want to do stuff with you. That's not going to change.
Okay. So you're a very giving person. You know, I mean, I can see that in your character, you know, no cap. I can see that. And speaking of giving, you seem to have been given a lot of love out, and, you know, a couple of things I can't quite put a finger on in the house. So you gave a lot of that to a certain female individual in the house who is no longer in the house.
I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead. What's the question?
You gave Erica a lot of
I gave a lot of
affection. You did a lot of giving.
A lot of advice.
Physical advice, mental advice?
A lot of food.
Verbal advice?
I give a lot of food.
We're calling it food now.
A lot of tasty foods, as you know.
Tasty food?
I'm a chef. My food is tasty.
Oh.
Yeah, have you not seen my Indomie or my pasta? Don't worry, that one did.
What else did you serve? Midnight snack?
Of course, they're the tastiest. Midnight snacks. Or those 1 a.m. snacks, you know. Go to the kitchen, whip something up. Don't try me today.
I like this guy. Okay, now a lot of people want to know, so I have to ask that question. Sure. First off, sidebar, you broke a lot of hearts when you moved to her. You broke a lot of male hearts when you stepped to her. And some females' hearts were broken as well.
Right.
So people want to know, have you had a chance to talk to her since you've been out? I know it's been kind of busy, but...
I haven't seen her, man, because I've actually been mad busy. In fact, it's very difficult for me to leave my hotel. Do you know what I mean? So I've just been doing media runs back to back. The first day I came out, it's been media on a very tight schedule. But I spoke to her on the phone. I definitely had to check up on her. She's doing great, by the way. She's fine. And I've always given her my love and support. But I haven't got a chance to see her physically yet, because these sort of things run into the evenings, the late nights.
Oh yeah.
I really haven't slept. Like I've not had an hour of sleep because there's just so much going on through my mind. So it's hard to balance between my schedule, her schedule, and just the everyday life of Lagos, man. But that one will come naturally when it happens. But right now, it's just very difficult.
Okay. Now, what happened to her definitely shocked a lot of people. You know, so do you think you could have done more to prevent that? Did you feel responsible for that, or how do you know, when that happened, what are your thoughts on that? I
do not feel responsible whatsoever. If you ask me, do you feel like you could have done more
to prevent it?
I felt like even Big Brother could have done more. He could have said Saturday night party is cancelled, for example. So what I'm saying to you is, anyone could have done more. So literally,
considering you were quite close to her, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I'll answer the question directly. Yes, I could have probably done more in the sense of physically picking her up and locking her in the room. But bear in mind, I'm already on 2 strikes, and I don't know that may be going against the rules by physically picking someone up and locking them against their free will.
I mean, that happened to Neo and V. He got a.
Thank you. I was just about to say that, and that happened with Neo and V. So I don't know, because by then I'm on 2 strikes. I'm on a strong warning. Like, any small thing I do could really get me kicked out. And what am I gonna come and tell my people? Like, they're gonna say, what, you left because of a girl was arguing with a guy? I look like an idiot. So I had to really, you know, look at it from a realistic point of view. And bear in mind, I didn't expect some of the things to transpire. Like, the things that were said, I didn't expect those things to be said. And everything happened quite quickly. And if you watch a lot of the videos, I did actually try my best to calm everyone down and, you know,
you did. You just always that, you know, trying to make everybody happy.
I'm trying to, man.
You know, one big happy family type of thing. So now she was gone. Primarily, I mean, everybody could see that Laycon was a huge factor into, you know, in her mindset and her actions. You know, you guys go along? Did you feel like you could? Was that business for you? Was that nothing personal?
No, I mean,
some people felt that there should have been a division there.
But the thing is, I've always said that if I don't have a problem with you, I cannot come and put a problem on your head. I can't just create a problem out of nothing.
So even though that was Erica was your rider, that was your G, baby G, you know, and primarily he was a trigger that saw your baby G get taken away from you. You didn't feel like, hey, the lines have been drawn.
First of all, if you watch what happened that night, Lipton was actually quiet the whole time. I don't think he responded. So as a man, you have to respect another man's reaction. You really do. Let's not mess around here. Like, you have to respect some people's response. And I'll give you an example. When Ozo shouted at Prince, and Prince didn't respond and apologized after to everyone when Ozo requested it, you have to sit there and respect it. And that's sort of similar to what Lipton did. So I respect the fact that he didn't insult her back or he didn't get aggressive. That's when I step in, when you start going back and forward. But he didn't do that. He just stayed quiet. Do you know what I'm saying? So I respected that part about him. And even prior to that, we played games together. We cooked together. You know, we freestyled together and stuff.
You lifted him up when he was down.
Do you understand? So
you literally lifted him up.
Literally.
When
so
he was
like,
down.
So like we were good, man. So I just didn't want to create, you know, something out of nothing. So that's why I felt like me and him were good, and yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. Now, some people felt that, I'm taking you back to the Saturday night party. At a certain time during the Saturday night party, there was some chatter about a situation between you and Nengi in the bathroom. Care to clear that up?
I feel like all you media guys share the same questions. I feel like I've been asked this every single time.
No, so I'm giving you the floor to clear that up. You know, what really happened?
You know what? First of all, that was an absolute coincidence. That was a time, you know, Big Brother, right, has only opened those doors, I think, twice to use the toilet. So it must have been one of those days where the door was opened. I went to the toilet, she went to the toilet, I'm coming out, and she needs help with her zip. But like, trust me, in that house, we help everyone do everything. Like, girls need a zip done, hair fixed, whatever it is, the guys have to help as well. Because as you go, the numbers are getting low, girls are going down. So we just help each other. So for me, there was literally nothing in there. Like, I didn't even remember that until I was asked that question like a couple of days ago. I didn't even
think you had drank too much or anything?
I mean, yeah, I probably had a few drinks. I mean,
I know how it goes.
I had a few drinks probably, but I was literally going to the toilet and she must have just been there and asked for my help. I helped her. That's literally it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, you've already clarified that you guys are just friends, so we're not.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some questions from social media.
Sure.
From some of our fans. We'll see what they have to ask you.
Sure.
At MJ_Yol is asking, when do you intend to start up your foundation, and what is it centered on?
Again, right now there's been so much things that have been thrown at me. I haven't had time to even. First of all, I'm not even allowed on my social media for now. I don't have the password or stuff like that, so I haven't really been able to even go on it. So for me, that's going to start once I've been able to get myself in a clear head and get my team together and find our direction. It will definitely happen, 100%.
But you don't know exactly what the foundation's direction is going to be right now, at the moment?
No, right now it's about empowering people. So I've always said that one of the ideas I want to push forward is if you have a business idea and where we can come in and help and fund that idea and push you in the right direction, then that's what we want to do. So that when you empower one person, that person can go empower 10. Do you understand? So that's the idea I want to go into. But I don't want to talk too much about it now until I really get it set up. I promise you it will start, because that really is me. I feel like I cannot be successful in this world without having something to give back to the people. That is the most important thing to me, and that will remain the most important thing to me. So that will happen at some point.
Okay. So a lot of people are actually asking this question. I see this. So I'm just gonna quote at Ogunlade_Ayomide, who's asking, will you and Erica give us a reality TV show, please? Some people are calling it Keeping Up with the Wires, and you think you're gonna go on TV again?
I'm pretty sure both our teams may be open to that, but right now,
are you open to that?
I'm open to anything that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like timing is the best sort of, God's timing is the best timing, the way I say it. I feel like if you rush anything, you make mistakes. right now there's a lot of offers for me and for her with different things. There's no need to rush anything. I feel like the right time will come, and when that time comes, you will be entertained and you will like it. But for now, I've always told her, focus on your career. You're gonna do very well, reach the heights you wanna reach. You're a strong, independent woman, and I want people to know you for that and not know you for you being in a relationship with Kid. Like, do your thing, grow yourself. I'm gonna grow myself, and then eventually we will align at some point, and that is the God's timing part. So I'm very much a big believer in God's timing, so we'll see.
Okay. This account calls herself the Lynette Stan account. Says, hi Kid.
Hi,
we saw how you love cooking for yourself, baby G. And the housemates.
Yeah.
Hope there's definitely going to be a cooking show. Hopefully you consider that.
Right, absolutely. That honestly, yeah. Cooking has always been one of my best passions. And I do want to go into that. We actually spoke about that the other day, me and my team. But again, like I've said, there's so many things to do. You won't understand how much stuff I have to do that I just need to know what is the best thing to push out now in terms of where my brand is going. Because if I give you everything now, it might be so many mixed messages. So we're trying to give it in the right moment. So I haven't had time to think. Do you know what I'm saying? I've not had time to think. If we had this interview in a month's time or in 3 weeks' time, my answers will probably be more direct and more sharp.
We should have that.
Literally, I came out, I think, a couple of days ago, haven't had time to sleep, haven't had time to buy any clothes because I'm using the same stuff I use in the house. So for me, it's just like...
I can sell you clothes if you want.
We can talk about that.
I'll give you a good price.
All right. So yeah, man. So I think cooking show, definitely, 100% that's gonna happen.
Okay.
For sure. Like I can tell you that right now, that's gonna happen.
So I mean, clearly, the next steps, you're still trying to figure out your next steps.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk to your dad?
Briefly.
What was that conversation like?
No. I texted him, just let him I'm okay. I called him and spoke to him briefly, like, Dad, I'm good. I've got a lot of media rounds to do. I'm safe in Lagos, and I'll see you when I get back to Abuja. He's a very straightforward guy. All right, cool, type thing. So it was very brief, but I want to let him know that I'm safe. We have a lot to talk about, but that is a conversation that not for the phone. That is meant for face-to-face type sitting down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I sit down with the boss, then I'm sure he has a lot to say, I have a lot to say, and it will be a very beautiful, long conversation.
What names do you call yourselves? Does he have a special name for you?
Yeah, Little Man.
Little Man?
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally, I when I was a kid, when I was so goddamn tiny, man, you could literally put me in your palm like this. Funny enough, that's the name actually all my family call me, including my uncles and my dad's friends. Is
Little Man?
Yeah, Little Man. That is the name. Like, if I hear that name, then it means you know my dad for 20 years.
It's been a pleasure, my guy.
The pleasure is all mine.
Definitely a pleasure. Hopefully we have a sit down again.
Oh, absolutely.
Later down the line to check in on you.
Sure.
Hey guys, that's all we have for Kid right now. You can follow us across all social media platforms. Remember to like, share this video. Follow Kid on his social media platform on the screen right now to see what he gets up to. You can follow me on mine. Until we come your way next time, I go by the name of Chewy Chew. This has been Kiddwaya, and this was OLORISUPERGAL TV.
Peace.